and introduce themselves and talk about what they're working on to do that, if you want to. Let me run through this real quick. So Bitcoin Builders Club is every third Monday here at Capital Factory. In this spot, hopefully we'll keep it. We'll see. I don't know. They might kick us to a different floor, and they might move us. We just don't know because this is like prime spot. It'll be from 6:30 to 8:30. I think right now it's looking like it'll probably be from like 7 till 8:30 because just how much, depending on how we'll get everything organized over time. So, yeah. Thank you to Capital Factory for a sponsor, Plub Lab for sponsoring. Cool. So the main goal is to do a monthly hangout here in Austin for devs, hackers, and founders. And the second goal is to come together to share information, demo projects, startups, and explore the cutting edge of what's possible in Bitcoin. We used to do this thing called, what was the name of it? What do we do on Fridays at Plub Lab? What was it called? Hack and Tell, yeah. Like, want to do that here if we can, if it's possible, like once a month, but on a bigger stage. So if anybody wants to like sign up, I'm going to put a thing at the end so you can click on that and then just add it to the sheet if you want to present your project just on a bigger stage. Cool. That's the Luma calendar. Scan that if you guys want to stay up to date when we're going to do any more events. And then that's my shill right there. That's Plub Lab. Those are our services that we have right there on the left side. That's our website, and that's our newsletter. I'll leave this up and running all night. And yeah, in the meantime, who wants to come up here first and introduce yourself? Juan Galt, you're the first one. And then you get a pick. And then you could pick after that. Just what you can say I'm Tom Hanks and I was featured in Forrest Gump and whatever. Just yeah.
Cool, and can I put something here? No. All right, cool. Hey everybody, I'm Juan Galt. I do Bitcoin reporting at Bitcoin Magazine, like business reporting at Bitcoin Magazine. And I vibe code on the side. I have a vibe coding project. And it's a little arcade game. And it's basically like this arcade interface that you can feed it other vibe coded games into. And so you can like, you grab a document from our website, you feed it to your AI thing, and it'll build the game to that spec, and then you can feed the game to the interface. And the idea is like we could just have this little mobile arcade that you can sort of build games for. And hopefully we can get it to a point where you can deposit sats like coins and sort of play ranked games and like do a ranked ladder, right? So it's like gaming, Bitcoin, very web-based. And if you guys are interested in that, you can go to zapcade.fun. There you go, zapcade.fun. That's or if you're a Bitcoin business or interested in Bitcoin stuff, hit me up. All right, who's next? Topher. Topher's got it. Let's go. Zapcade.fun.
Zapcade, like C-A-D-E?
Like Zap. So a Zap is like kind of like the like, but in Bitcoin social media. So there's this whole ecosystem called Nostr. It's like social media integrated with Bitcoin. And when you hit like on somebody's post, you're zapping them Satoshis. You're sending them Satoshis. So that's a Zap. So this is Zapcade.fun. All right. Zapcade. Oh, Cade like arcade.
Zapcade.
Like arcade. Zapcade.
Cider.
Zap.
I'll leave it until I get this website.
Yeah, get
okay,
it.
Cool. Yeah.
There you go.
Zapcade.
Yeah, so there's the on the top menu. There's the top game is Sat Defender. That's the best one.
Cosmic. I want to be a cosmic.
There you go.
Cool. All right. Is this thing on? Yo, so I'm Topher Scott. I work at Pleb Lab. It's kind of strange because like normally we're in a much smaller room, just like hanging out as friends. But this is definitely a change of scenery. Thank you, Carr, for the change of scenery. And yeah, so I don't even know like what I'm supposed to be talking about. Are we talking about like side projects or just like? Okay, so like Juan was talking about his project that he works on for fun. So I'll talk about the project that I work on for fun. So right now it's called Froster. I'm working on it with this crazy bastard over here, Mr. Plebdev. And yeah, like we're trying to, I mean, there's this thing I tell to myself, it's like I want to burn Web3 to the ground. So that's what I tell myself at night. And that's what motivates me to build Froster. So I think like what we are building is going to be a much better way to interact with the web and do like cool identity stuff where you get to keep your identity, and then also do like cool Bitcoin stuff where you get to have a Bitcoin wallet. And it's like, it's kind of a hot wallet, but it's the most secure hot wallet that you'll ever own. And so we're calling it multi-sig for the individual. It's called Froster, and that's my passion right now. So yeah, if you want to collaborate, hit me up.
Hey folks, Christopher David, founder of Open Agents. We're building at the intersection of AI and Bitcoin. We think that it really matters to have AI agents be using Bitcoin as a medium of exchange. All the stuff that's going on with the Michael Saylor and all the like huge Bitcoin companies acquiring Bitcoin and all this stuff. We got a lot of people focused on the store of value use case. Some of us care a lot about the medium of exchange use case. We want Bitcoin to actually be used in the world. I think how we like definitively cement that as medium of exchange is to get 1 billion AI agents transacting in Bitcoin. So we want to help birth those billion AI agents. Quick shout out for a online conference that's happening next weekend, Saturday, June 21st, called Bitcoin for AI. Website is bitcoin4.ai. Just a bunch of Bitcoiners talking about how they're doing different stuff with AI. We're going to be launching 2 products there. I'll give you a little sneak peek of right now. One is a way for anyone to go to a website, click a button, and sell your spare GPU compute for Bitcoin. Click button, make money. Nice. Pairing that with an SDK for developers who want to build with agents to use that compute for agents using open models. So I want to build an agent. I want it to be able to solve a pull request. It's not just going to hit one inference endpoint. You might need to hit inference endpoints 15 different times. You want to use DeepSeek for something. You want to use Mistral for something. You want to pay someone to use their API key for a Claude Sonnet, some closed model. My bet is that the best agents are not going to be coming from any specific lab. It's going to be like a combination of a whole bunch of different models. And the only way to discover what that should be is a marketplace, all of which will be paid in Bitcoin. And we want as much of that Bitcoin as possible to go into the pockets of people who have spare compute that they want to use for this. So openagents.com, check it out. Check out bitcoin4.ai. And I'll shut up now. Thanks. Who's next? Come on, new guy. Who are you?
Hi everyone. Yeah, I share a wall with Nifty. Sorry. My name's Nick. I'm here to learn more and just get involved. Not specifically this thing. She told me about Pleb Lab, and she told me about the Tuesday thing that you can like go in and build stuff, which I have not gone yet. But then I saw this on the website, and I figured I would come check it out. Thank you. I haven't built anything specific for like sharing. I just kind of like set up a Raspberry Blitz, and I set up a BTC Pay server instance. You're a genius. Nice, bro. And you're already part of the 1%. Okay, cool. Python, Django. I build web apps with Django, and I use Wagtail, which is a content management system. It facilitates content in ways that editors can change content easily. But I like BTC Pay Server because it's built with Django. Like I can integrate it into my Django web apps, or at least I thought. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was pretty simple. Cool. So that's it. Yep. Oh, and I'm in 4 bands. I play instruments. Yes, I'm a musician. Am I looking for band members? Yeah, you can join the band. Yeah, they meet on Tuesday nights, and we'll give you an instrument. We'll teach you how to play. So if you want to go, it's on Tuesday nights at Shipe Park, Avenue G and 45th Street, from 7 to 9 p.m. Locomotion.org. Nick, the other Nick. I got nothing. Yeah, you got nothing. You just gotta say, I'm the other Nick.
I'm the other Nick. That's it.
All right, we're gonna just, I don't need to go up on stage, but my name's Billy. I'm mostly here to hang out, but I am working on building. Wait, are you the Billy? Is there, there's only one. I don't know. I don't know who the Billy is. Am I infamous? I heard recently that I'm infamous. Maybe it's me. I don't know. But I'm working. So I used to work at Unchained when it was still called Unchained Capital, and I'm working on building a Bitcoin citadel. You can come ask me about it with Ben Woosley, if anybody knows him. We're looking to buy like 500 acres, about an hour south of here, and build like a car light town that's sort of trying to escape the matrix. Yeah. And I'm also, more relevantly, I guess, I made this set of guides for Bitcoin wallets called Tortle, the Tortle Wallet Protocols, TORDL. And recently I've sort of am working on version 2 of it that's sort of a more interactive situation, because right now it's just kind of markdown documents, and I want to make it so that people can type stuff in and then print it out so that they can like actually use it better. So been working on that. It's on GitHub if you want to look it up. Yes? I have a question. Go. What's Tortle? So Tortle, the Tortle Wallet Protocols is a set of guides for creating, maintaining, and using Bitcoin wallets. So the whole purpose of it is that somebody who doesn't know anything or doesn't know how to do it right can go and follow a guide and end up with a secure situation where they're on, they have an ongoing, they have like their maintenance schedule and their calendar, and they know how to go and check their seed once a year at least, or something like that. And if something goes wrong, they have a protocol to follow to say, okay, like my safe got stolen or something, what do I do? Here's the things that you go through to recover your wallets and make sure that you're safe again.
That's awesome. Sounds like a game facts for wallets. I never did mess around with game facts.
Game facts? Not car facts. Game facts.
Like FAQs. That's like
Oh, yeah, sort of. Except, yeah, more of a like complete guide versus like an FAQ.
That's nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, check it out on GitHub. Thank you.
Nick's frustrations with trying to set up a multi-sig. Guess he didn't read the guide.
Got to read the manual.
Try to do it on SigNet.
All right, who's next?
With cold cards.
That's this way.
Hello, I'll move back. I'll move back up here, and I'm going to call someone else up as well. I'm Austin. I work on a project called Pleb Devs, which is basically a developer education community and platform focused on building on Bitcoin and Lightning and Nostr. So if you want to learn how to code, you want to learn how to build with all these cool technologies, I want to help you. So I have a website, plebdevs.com. I also work on Froster with Topher here, and you can find out more about that at froster.org. And I also work at a company called Voltage on the Lightning Network. So if you're interested in that, come talk to me about that. And I would definitely be interested in talking to you if you're really cracked at Bitcoin Lightning or really cracked at content and media. because this is something I'm trying to get a lot better at for obviously reaching people for my education stuff. So, yep, that's what I got going on, and I'll call someone else up. Scanning. You. Yeah, what's your name?
My name's Max.
Hi, Austin.
Hey, my name is Max. I do websites and SEO, but I'm really trying to become a Rust developer. So it's a great space to be, and I really appreciate everyone here. So.
Are you working on anything?
I've been working on different SDKs, but I just bought, like, I'm just learning, so vibe coding, yeah.
How do you like it so far?
What, Rust?
Yeah. No, yeah, this is your opportunity to either shill or talk shit about Rust.
I mean, I think in my opinion, it's the future. And like, I've been paying attention to like AI and where it's going in blockchain for a long time. So I'm just like, and everyone I talk to doesn't really do blockchain. So it's like, it's nice to be in a space where everyone's just like a little bit smarter in that sense. So yeah, that's what I do. My name is Max.
You should come to the AI Meetup on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because they have, there's a lot of cool Rust games. Yeah, but it's at Flip.
Yeah, I've been there.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Ben. I do a lot of things. In my 9 to 5, I'm a VP of a software SaaS marketing company. On the side, I do a lot of different projects regarding healthcare. Now we can decentralize that for patients, hopefully using Noster. Been through a couple different hackathons recently and trying to take some of these projects further. You can check it out at wellnessally.me. Also trying to create a sovereign health standard across the protocol to be able to work with other interoperable apps working within that protocol so we can make sure that the user or the patient has their access to their needs when needed. I think that's going to be really important. I know we're all fighting for the difference of finances, and the next thing is going to be healthcare. Outside of that, I also have some fun hobbies. Check out nostersnake.fun. And over the weekend, I vibe coded a thing called vibeching.xyz, which if you know what the I Ching is, it's an oracle. So tried to take the codename Goose, put it into kind of a hexagram cast that kind of can create a decentralized personal journey that hopefully can help the user reflect. The interests that I'm into are more called user enlightenment tools. Definitely everything that I'm involved in regards Bitcoin and trying to keep that at the forefront. Outside of that, I really love creating. The code that I am most advanced in is English. And I do my best to try to advocate for the user. If anyone needs any help with the product, please reach out. Thanks. Yeah.
What's your model of choice?
So big into Windsurf and Replit, but I do not use those. I only use those to build, not to create the prompts. So I create the prompts using different AI components or LLMs, heavy into Grok, then also heavy into Duck.ai, because you can get pretty far for a low cost and convert that where it's needed. So just trying to figure out different ways to expend the cost at a lower rate and get the results that are needed. Any other questions? All right, let's.
Who's identifiable by? I am Keon. I work on Stacker News, which is sort of like, I don't know how to describe it exactly, sort of like Reddit, but there's like Bitcoin on it. And it's sort of like Hacker News was kind of the way it started. I prefer Hacker News to Reddit, to be honest. Yeah, that's what I work on. Thank you very much.
What do you do for fun?
I don't have fun. Work and fun, they're the same thing.
Does fun ever sneak up on you?
Very rarely. I'm very hard to sneak up on when it comes to fun. I don't play any instruments that are safe for work. Um, thank you.
Hi, everybody. I am Sam, creator of Satoshi O's cereal. It's the first cereal that's not only featuring no seed oils, it's the first and only cereal that gives you Bitcoin sats back. So when you buy a box, say for $100, you can get, I know that sounds expensive, but the price of everything is just going up. You been to Whole Foods lately? Right, you're not gonna fix health, but you can fix what you put in your body. So look, you spend $100 on cereals, but you get $10 back in Bitcoin sats. That's extremely important for anyone who's not gotten sats. And the shit's so exclusive, I can show you that we're sold out and we only got threads left. But using this Magic Internet Money, you can get Magic Internet Money sats back with every purchase. So that's me, off to Jim.
I thought he was gonna show the whole room what it looks like. Topher, show the room what it looks like. It's like cream colored. Show us. What are you doing? Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. My name's Jim. I'm founder and CEO of Cascader. Cascade is a circuits term for taking multiple things, putting them together, and amplifying the effects. So I build AI modules that are that interoperate and help businesses improve their productivity. So we monetize those externally through APIs that are Bitcoin payable, and we also recombine and compose those into other applications. So I do all kinds of things. This guy here is probably working right now on. Are you working on Clara right now? Yeah. So I built an application that Travis County and now Williamson County are using for streamlining discovery in criminal cases, and also built a cool application called PullThatUpJamie.ai that lets you search, do deep search on podcasts using semantic search and create clips in real time. So. That's it. Who wants to go next?
Thanks, Jim. I'll go next because I have to bounce. I volunteered because I have to leave. So my name is Francisco Chavarria. I'm the founder of Yopaki, Y-O-P-A-K-I. And the short version is, what if I told you that there's a way to get an introduction to Bitcoin? I know most of you are Bitcoiners, but we were having a quick chat, and there were some words that came up that you hadn't heard, like the Lightning Network and a Lightning wallet and possibly even SAT. So the whole premise is, yes, we're a Bitcoin neobank serving Mexico, but for those that haven't heard what Bitcoin is, what if there's a way to earn your first Bitcoin in sats, which is a fraction of a Bitcoin, and then you had a choice to create or to move those sats into a Lightning wallet, all within one app, and then spend those sats or convert them into dollars or pesos, all within one app. So that's what we're doing. Depending on the jurisdiction, there's different services offered. In the US, we have stackers like Nick and Jim who are relentless in stealing our sats or earning them. But in Mexico, there's additional features that we hope to bring into the US later this year. So if you want to download the app, we're available on iOS and Android. Give us a follow on Twitter. If you have any questions, just send us a message. We'll do. The Bitcoin standard, the Bitcoin standard was the card this morning. That one is free for all on Mondays. So the first card of the week is free for everybody. If you don't have the app, you're pretty much giving away 100 sats. BlevLab does have a card. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Michael, and I'm a Bitcoinaholic. Does this feel like Alcoholics Anonymous a little bit? I just feel like that a little bit. No, seriously. And now everybody's giving me shit for wearing a shitcoiner shirt, is what I'm told. But I am a sales mercenary for hire, and it's what I do. I sell my soul for dollars in Bitcoin. And this was one example of what I did for Bitcoin++. So as you know, Lisa, I do the sponsorship sales for Bitcoin++. I also help others, whether it's developing an elevator pitch, or if you're wanting to fundraise, or more extensive scaling your revenue system. That's what I do. What is your question? That's a tough question. I've been doing it for 18 years, so to decide that, probably the largest sale I've ever had, single sale, was about $2 million. That was Dell data center equipment, large infrastructure for a medical data center or medical analytics company out in San Francisco. And I'm not proud of it, except I got paid. Like I said, I'm a mercenary. The sale that I'm chasing now? Actually, something totally different. It's not chasing. I've been helping, so I help people with their organizations as well, and I'm helping my friend that started a nonprofit that is using songwriting as a way to heal people in prisons and the homeless and orphans. Yeah, helping him raise money. It's called Elevate Hope. Yeah, LV8 Hope. Elevate Hope. Yeah. Yeah, elevatehope.com. Yeah. I think. .org.
I'll be coming up shortly, so I'm going to pass it to someone else.
What up, everyone? I'm Jimmy. I didn't really want to pitch anything, but I'm a Bitcoiner. I've recently quit my job. Well, it's been over 6 months, but I've quit my job at Athena Health, and now I'm just like thinking about different ideas. I was traveling a little bit, and now I'm back, so good stuff. I was working on something, and then the feds took my laptop, but then they gave it back. But then after they gave it back, I kind of lost steam on that idea, so now I'm just like working on something else. So yeah, nothing illegal, because they felt like it. Yeah. You can just, yeah, they can just do things. They can literally just take your stuff. What? Homeland Security, well, it was like Border Patrol and then Homeland Security. Sure. If you want to hear a sob story, so it was about a year ago, actually. My grandma was dying. She's in Shanghai. She had terminal cancer. So I take some PTO, I go back, and it's just by like I book flights solo, so I guess I looked odd as a Chinese person flying solo, going back and forth. When I come back, I get interrogated. They search all my stuff, all my luggage. Then they ask if I have child porn on my laptop, and I'm like, no. And then they're expecting me to unlock my laptop because it's a psyop. But I'm autistic, so I didn't catch that. So I'm just like posturing like nothing's happening, and then they just decide to take my laptop and my cell phone as well. And Yeah, and they held it for over 6 months, and then my grandma dies, and all the pictures that I had, like they were on there. So, but I got a new like. This is why I have my iPhone SE, right? It's a really shitty phone. I still have it because just haven't switched it back. There you go. So yeah, but they eventually gave it back, but it took a long time. So yeah, it's like thanks. Exactly. Yeah, now I'm realizing it was probably because just renewed my passport at that time and it didn't match my global entry number. That's probably all it was. It was just a mismatch. Yeah. And every time now that I leave and come back, I've been searched. So it must be my new passport ID, not matching the global. I've simultaneously radicalized and also like a little beat down. So I'm kind of like both. So I'm like whatever. All right, for next.
Well, hi. Well, I'm Margot. I have nothing to do with Bitcoin or digital money at all. Right? I plan to be an owner. I am, but I'm working on a AI ethical decision making engine. So working on modeling decision making, and oh my bad. All right, yeah. I'm working on an ethical decision making model. So modeling decision making that balances in the emotional toll on decisions rather, and so that we can optimize decisions down the line. And sometimes humans will still make their decisions, but we'll be able to see more accurately what our results could be. So it's just a little decision-making engine, a little baby little engine. And I'm gonna be working on a companion app in the meantime as my first proof of concept. I wanna do something fun, because I care about it. I have a 14-year-old boy. I don't know who the fuck he's talking to. It ain't me, and it's probably an idiot. So, just kidding, kinda. And but yeah, so decision-making app, and then probably go after an institution, but I haven't made a decision, and that'll probably be my focus for a long time. Yeah. So, I am still in the building phase. So, what's that?
What's the most important decision you've made using the app?
It's the hardest part is taking into balance how a society is ran with the impacts it has on people. Because there are hard decisions that have to be made for the longevity of the all that sometimes hurt the few. And a real ethical engine is going to take that into consideration. And it's going to have to make hard decisions that have positive outcome. That's to me the hardest part. And so for any one decision, the goal is for it to do all. So I haven't really run it through any one simulation. But as I'm building it, and there's this inevitability of hurting people, and that's the hardest part. I don't know if that answers your question. Yeah. Not really, because you're looking for like a what does it do kind of thing.
Well, like, have you used it for any decisions that you need, or to make, or tasks, or something?
I have trained my ChatGPT and I'll ask it a question and see what the default would be, and then see what it gives running through my logic. But even that is just 2D. Until the parametric model is completed and put into a vector database, I won't really know how it comes out. Okay. Yeah.
So, like, you never asked, like, what should I have for dinner or something?
It's not built, I guess, to the point that I can even do that.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. What's up, brother? I'm sorry, two.
How much is it gonna, do you think it's cost to train?
Wow, you know, I'm so brand new to Capital Factory. I dove in here because I need to be asked these questions about the parts that I don't know about. Because I came from like psychology and law and doing like having an engineering brain. Started putting the model together and it started actually like giving consistent responses that were ideal in my, well, it has to go through a lot more. So very, very beginning, still being built. So does that answer your question? Probably not at all.
So it's just like, so you don't have to, are you doing the subscription or are you doing like
In terms of ChatGPT?
Yeah.
So in terms of an actual I thought you meant in terms of cost to create this, in terms of like what I'm gonna need. In terms of like having an API that it goes through, I don't know if I'm gonna be first or after. If it's an AI model, it could be its own ChatGPT, or I could use an API. So I'm not at that bridge yet. Yeah. So, but if I were to plug in, I'd have to meet Sam Altman. We'll have a conversation. You know what I mean? Negotiate. Yeah, but I think ChatGPT is like 4 zeros and and then 15, 0.000015. So I know that that's what the goal would be, with all the infrastructure considered. You know what I mean? What's up, brother?
How do you deal with the tension of like, there's some things that we'd all say, okay, obviously that's unethical, right? But like, what ethical systems is it optimizing for in this new environment? And how would you deal with the nuance of what some person might say, oh, that's totally fine, another person would say, oh, that's a violation?
Yeah. The goal is to measure harm, and measuring harm includes people. And measuring the harm of people is going to take, well, right now I'm using thermodynamics and physics in a vector model to create different forces of decisions and its impact on people. And so putting all that together basically in a giant math model, because I'm gonna lose track, right? Like I need several pieces of paper, right? But the AI model can do it all at once, basically. So, yeah. What's up?
This is kind of a
Yeah.
hypothetical, but
Yeah.
this is a Bitcoin meetup. How would you go about like exploring the ethical implications of something like Bitcoin? If you were just
I would have to sit down with someone who knows what those implications could be. I think when I think of Bitcoin in terms of ethical considerations, it would be where it wouldn't even just be Bitcoin, it would be cryptocurrency in general, and the ability for all currency on the planet to be recorded. And thus, we're in a position to financially see, I mean, literally see how everything can be distributed. So then you go into UBI. I could see like a UBI use case with Bitcoin, but as well as all the others, in determining what UBI could be, what that amount could be, and ensuring that things are still weighted, right? Because there's still people who are earning more, right? And that can look various different ways, right? And certain people shouldn't have to change their lifestyles, you know? And so our choices there should be some proportion there between our choices and our finances, but certain things, we're at a point where certain things are inhumane and there's no reason for it to be. And so I see it happening there in terms of math. In terms of policy decision making, that would be its own conversation. Yeah. Does that answer? Yeah. I feel like I've got some pretty abstract stuff, so let me know. What did you have? Yeah. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Yuri. I don't have any project Bitcoin related. I think when I came in, I was talking to some people and asking them what year they got into Bitcoin, just trying to gauge where some of the people are. So I got into Bitcoin like in 2021, and I've been tracking it. I used to live upstate New York, so there was some community about it, and I saw this event, and I was like, it's been a while, so I'll just come and network with people. But I was talking to Francesco. Yeah, he showed me his project, and he was telling me to convert my Ethereum to Bitcoin. So I was like, maybe I'll go ahead and do that. So yeah, I'm an engineer by day. Project I'm working on the side. I'm working with my brother on how to create a virtual environment to test autonomous vehicle. So using AI. So it will be like a test input, and then when you can simulate like a vehicle collision, and then it will generate it will bring the Unreal Engine. So we're kind of working on that, yeah. So. What's PubKey? Oh, yeah, the one where you pay in Bitcoin. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, so yeah, it's a huge community out there. So yeah, so they all gathered, and I think what was it, 2022? It was the peak, so it was a lot of people coming, and then 2023 it died down. Everybody was like, oh, yeah. So yeah. Anyway, thank you.
Cool. So we're going to get started. Did you want to say something, G, real quick? Yeah?
What's up, everyone? My name's G. Came all the way out here from San Antonio, kind of last minute. Wanted to come check this meetup out. It's cool. There's a bunch of builders in here. You know, I'm not technical myself, but I am a Bitcoin builder. Got a Bitcoin work hub down, Bitcoin hub down in San Antonio. Workspace, community space. Learned a lot from a lot of these minds in this room. So seeing all the new people in here and hearing, you know, people wanting to start their journey, you're definitely in the right place. Welcome, and excited to see where this meetup goes. So thanks.
Cool.
Place is called Alamo Labs in San Antonio. If you're ever down there, come on by. Right by the Ross Bank Center where the Spurs play, actually.
Nice. Cool. We're going to get started. So we have one presentation today. Like I said, there's links there. The services link is where you sign up. If click on the one that says Bitcoin Builders Club, sign up for next month if you want to present. This month we have Oliver from Jippy. Yeah. You want to connect to AirPlay? And here's the charger.
All right. Let's do this. Well, hello, everybody. Most of you know me, but for those of you who do not, I'm Oliver. I'm the founder and CEO of Jippy. We are a company on Pleb Lab's accelerator program. So thank you to Car for all the support and all the amazing events that you put on just like this. But today I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what we're doing and share more about our investment goals. So let's talk about Bitcoin for anyone who may be new in the room. Bitcoin is booming. It's the best performing asset of the last decade, returning 10 times more than the NASDAQ 100. Institutions are now adopting Bitcoin. The US government established a Bitcoin strategic reserve, aka digital Fort Knox, and that is likely to pay off over a third of national debt by 2050. Bitcoin's value can only grow. And if Bitcoin overtakes gold as the most valuable asset in the world, then each coin would be worth upwards of $1 million. So that's 10x to where we are today. So lots of growth with this asset. So as Bitcoiners, we all know, we believe in a world, well, we believe in a future where Bitcoin eats the world, a world dominated by Bitcoin. And for Jippy, well, there's definitely a subsect of people who are going to be helping this along, and that group of people is Gen Z. Gen Z are projected to be the largest generation in history with 12 trillion of expected purchasing power by 2030. We see this as future Bitcoin purchases that we're going to need to unlock in the coming months to years if we reach mass adoption of Bitcoin. For someone to purchase Bitcoin, they first have to understand it, and to understand it, they need to know about it. Block XYZ did a study that shows intent to purchase actually increases by 50% following education. Those with limited knowledge are 28% likely to buy. Those with expert knowledge are 78% likely to buy. So we can actually say that people that understand Bitcoin buy Bitcoin. The trouble, though, is the barrier to entry is still pretty high. 98% of novices don't understand the basics. And Gen Z, or as I call them, Generation ADHD, they have a limited 8-second attention span, which is pretty not that great. Barely above a goldfish was not my words over here. That's pretty terrible. So goldfish brains will not be reading the Bitcoin Standard, listening to podcasts, watching long videos. We have a really limited window through which to capture their interest. And how do we do that? Well, gamification. So we meet them where they are. 90% of Gen Z, they play some type of game. 70% of Gen Z want to earn rewards while playing games. And 51% actually want to earn Bitcoin rewards while playing games. So we can therefore say that Gen Z are interested in Bitcoin, gaming, and rewards. When it comes to games, Gen Z loves AR. 9 in 10 of Gen Z are interested in AR apps, and the estimated AR market revenue by 2070 is projected to be 50 billion, which is huge. So really, it's the perfect time to build a brand new AR game, something that combines Gen Z with Bitcoin with AR. And that's what we built. So Jippy is the global Bitcoin earn ramp for Gen Z. And I want to show you the game in practice here. This is in Austin. This is one of our users on his Bitcoin bike. And he's going around Austin to catch our beasts. You can see here that he's found one in augmented reality, and he is answering a trivia question about Bitcoin to catch the beast, as you can see here. There are beasts around Austin currently at hotspots. And you can see here that he's searching for one here. Proof of work, Patrick. Don't think so. There you go. He's pretty cute. But we have 21 of those beasts. That's the whole generation of beasts, and we've released 6 of them so far. So we'll release more regularly in new places. But we're actually live in Austin now, so there are beasts around to catch. We have built, as the first product from Jippy, Pokemon Go for Bitcoin, and it's pretty simple. Catch, win, conquer. So you catch augmented reality Bitcoin-themed beasts at hotspots around your city. You win tickets to spin the rewards wheel for real Bitcoin, and you conquer a city by becoming a top beast catcher. If you catch the whole series of beasts, you can unlock a grand jackpot prize. We see Jippy as a $140 million opportunity in 5 years. So we're going to charge users $4.99 for in-game upgrades. And with some assumptions around growth, so 20% month-on-month user growth, 5% of those convert to paying users, we're going to grow to 47 million users at the end of year 5 and 140 million in annual revenue. So lots of growth opportunities with us. So far to date, we've released our MVP on the App Store, so Google Play and iOS. 900 plus downloads, around 200 active users. We are seeing an average month-on-month growth of about 57%. We just won Pleb Lab's top builder competition here in Austin, where we beat 14 other Bitcoin-related projects to the trophy. And we're seeing conversion rates with our marketing of about 3.6% is the best conversion rate for Gen Z in this demographic. So we're doing something right. Team of 3, I'm the CEO, background in software engineering, previously worked at Swan Bitcoin. My CTO, Dennis, is a full-stack engineer with 5 years, and Greer Hall is a CMO for us, and he's got 8 years leading digital marketing campaigns. So we are a solid team ready to be put to work on this problem set. We are live on timestamp, so we're trying to raise a pre-seed right now. We are raising $250,000 at a valuation of $3 million. We've currently raised 26% of our goal, hoping to raise more. So if there's anyone in the room that's interested in investing, please come find me afterwards. Thank you. Yes. I don't want to give too much away because there is a lot we want to do, but what I will say is catching beasts is just phase one. Just phase one. So your ability to catch beasts wherever you are is phase one. Phase two is battling said beasts. Yes. You're going to have to wait to see. Invest first, and then I'll tell you. One day. But yeah, I think the vision is for us to make something so compelling and fun that the education is secondary. The catching is just a prerequisite to actually battle and earn high rewards. So the battling is going to come in time. That's going to be super, super, super entertaining.
Can you talk about some of the learnings that you've had building the first like AR app in Bitcoin? Because I think Cole tried doing it, but were unsuccessful. Like, what have you learned that's really hard about it?
I mean, it's tough.
Outside of racing.
Yeah, it's tough. We were in Vegas trying to run a game of Beast Catch to all the attendees, and it's a learning experience to realize that there are some things outside of your control. One of those is cellular signal. So when you have 30,000 people in one room, cell towers can't handle it. So we definitely experienced some technical difficulties, and so that's learning for next time. So yeah, it's been hard. Also, I think Gen Z specifically, we had a lot of learning for South by Southwest that we did earlier this year. And it's a struggle to try to communicate to some people in this demographic because it feels like a lot of these folks have been radicalized against Bitcoin. It's seen as a conservative tool now. So I think that's our job, is to help bring people back to the center, realizing that it's apolitical. That's my goal. Not hard. I mean, there are packages like ARKit, for example, is a native package from Apple, and it's been ported across to Flutter, which is what we use React Native to. So it's not hard to render a 3D model in space. Because we're MVP currently, we want to improve that experience. Obviously, it's still it's a 3D model, it doesn't move, so we want to animate it and make it more engaging. But yeah, there are tools out there so you can generate 3D files from images quite easily, and it's not as hard as you would think, but it's hard to build the whole encompassing Jippy app. It's been quite a struggle to build all of it, yeah. Single-handedly, I will say. Yes. Bitcoin. Yes. Wrapped, that scares me. All of my extremities just shriveled up, and that horrifying. But to answer your question simply, for a period of time, yes. I mean, it was my GP, the GP treasury was funding the rewards, but the model would be to do sponsored games. So that's what we were trying to do in Vegas. Is we went to some Bitcoin companies and said, would you sponsor a beast in the game? And you get a call to action. You would get custom design. The beast would either wear your logo as a T-shirt or a hat, which was super, super cute, but it didn't quite work how we expected. But we proved the hypothesis that there are Bitcoin companies out there that are looking for a pipeline of new beginners like yourself, who once they've become educated and once they've accumulated, want to go experience the ecosystem. And that's a great way to do that, is through sponsored beasts. Yeah, so it would be a revenue model, yeah. Bank? No, unbanked. So it's wrapped. No, I'm playing.
As far as like the user base, what is the educational goal that you're trying to get across to them?
That shitcoins are the devil. So is fiat. Yeah. No, but in all seriousness, I think Bitcoin education is not linear. That's the problem. It's hard. One person's orange pill is not someone else's. So it's sort of trying to wrap up enough core concepts about fiat money, why your money is degrading and you're losing value, why Bitcoin is the best money ever invented, and why shitcoins are bad. It's kind of the extent. Yeah.
As far as like your churn retention goes, where do you see the customer fall off the adoption?
So this is actually a really, really good question because it's something I've been thinking about the last year with Jippy. We initially were going to do the Uber model where you scale from city to city with roots in college towns where you can go directly to universities and try and find Gen Z. But obviously, city by city is rather limiting. You know, there are lots of folks around the country who want to play Jippy and just happen not to be in Austin. So it's been a struggle to scale as fast as we want to. However, the flip side of that is it's been really useful. So we've learned a lot by just being in one city. But the next goal, which was the question over here, we want to open the app up to wherever you are, you can catch beasts, and eventually we want you to be able to battle those beasts for high rewards. Jim, then.
So you mentioned to him that they're different past the orange pill. So I'm wondering if you can identify archetypes and if there's some way you can use like AI or something else to figure out what somebody's archetype is and to tailor their experience around that.
Yeah, we actually had that conversation in the lab a while back, and it's a good conversation. It would help us. The struggle is being an under-resourced team. Like, the team is small, so how do we focus on working on those problems, you know? Only at a high level. We need to drill down more, yeah. I think, so the education for us is secondary. We would rather make sure that there's a game that's really fun to be played with. And then eventually, once we do raise money and we scale the team, we would like to be one of the best in the space for education, but it's more of a byproduct at this stage. Oh no, selling data. I will never, I promise, I will never sell your data. Oh no. Yeah. What is profitable? Yeah, no. So we've raised $66,000, which is what has built what you've seen. So we have our app on the app stores, and that's been magical. But no, the goal is to raise 250, and then that would give us a few months of runway through which we can build the next version, and eventually get to profitability. So far, yes, we are live in Austin. We were live in Vegas. The plan is then to open it up to wherever, all cities in America. The goal would be to launch simultaneously so you can play the game wherever you are, eventually. Yeah, okay. Dang. Yeah. We have education competitors, yeah. There are a couple that do structured courses with Bitcoin rewards. You can think of them as like Duolingo for Bitcoin. But as most people in the space know, you can't monetize off of education, or at least you can't do it properly, through which you can scale a team and grow exponentially. So there is no one in this space that is doing the combination of three things that I've said. So augmented reality plus Bitcoin plus game. There are shitcoin treasure hunts. There are other apps out there that do walking rewards, but nothing like this. Yeah. Austin?
Everyone's favorite question. What's your tip for finding co-founders? How'd you find your co-founders?
This is actually a really, really hard one to answer because I've gone through two of them. I would love to say that it was easy, and I would love to say that Pleb Lab has helped, but it's actually really challenging to find people to work on an idea that they like, an idea that they know they're not going to make any money off of, an idea that they might have to learn a new tech stack to do. There are lots and lots of layers. It's a complicated problem, and many people, more than I thought, said no. So I got lucky. Yeah, I burned through a couple and established it wasn't the right fit, and then I found through Bitcoin and Jobs, actually, I put a couple job posts out there and found a couple of really strong candidates, and they've helped immensely. So yeah, for people looking to find co-founders, I would recommend your network and try to distill your pitch into a way that makes sense to them.
Just to follow up on that, like you made it clear in the post, like I'm looking for a co-founder. This is going to be scrapped, right? It wasn't
Yeah.
any kind of sales.
No, it was, here's what we need. Equity's an offer. We may be able to pay you at some point, which we did. So we did part-time employment as well. You also have to filter through a lot of BS on those platforms too. So it's not ideal. Nothing is ideal, I would say, unless you know people who have the skills that happen to be Bitcoiners that are really interested in what you're building. That's easy, but not everyone always has that. All right, sweet. Oh, howdy. Uh-oh. Potions and ablutions. First question. So we use Flutter, which is sort of similar to React Native. So we use Flutter with Firebase as the back end. We don't actually have a wallet. So we have partnered with Jolts, who, Lightning API, and it's a lot easier for us not to do all the Lightning custody on our end, and just they throw us a Lightning URL whenever anyone wants to export the rewards. But there are other ways to do it, obviously, like Yopaki uses Breeze, for example. There are lots of good ways. I think if we had more resources, then I would have liked to actually build something out on the client side with more custom tools. Second question, I don't know. That's truth be told. I think the scope is so broad as to what this game could possibly look like. There are so many ways we can go about it. I think the first way is to, like I said, open up the game so anyone around America can battle. And then eventually, what about doing tournaments in cities, sponsored tournaments where there's actually a space like this that people come in and you get merch and things like that. So yeah, we're considering a whole bunch of different things. Right now, we need the money to actually build that. So we're rather limited by our runway. I'll let you know when it's out. Cool, thank you.
That's all we got for this one. Feel free to stick around. We'll be wrapping everything up at 8:40-ish. Tacos are in the back. Johnny, do you want to say anything? Do you want to come up here? Oh, is he outside? Okay. Well, he's going to come over here and say something at some point when we get him, because we definitely need to support Johnny. He's the one that feeds everybody in Austin. But yeah, we'll be doing this next month, same time, same Monday, and yeah, cool. Oh, there he goes. Come here. So just give everybody a round of applause to Johnny. He's the hardest working man in Austin. Johnny, just come up, tell people who you are, where they can find you, where they can book you, all that stuff.
Well, good evening, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Thanks for bearing with us. We're coming into a new space, but I'm glad we're all here together. But now, just to give you just a little short summary, I work here in Austin, Texas. I work with various ranches across here and across the U.S., and I'm just very big in regenerative agriculture, and my family's actually worked in that for several hundred years out here. So I'm just kind of keeping that tradition and keeping that alive in modern times when that's kind of very rare to find. And that's what we tie into the food that we make. We travel around all over, and we just kind of keep it very genuine and very simple. We don't use any products off the shelf, or it's very simple, just salt, fermented products, and we pretty much, now we're at the point of like just slaughtering the animals ourselves on the property, and then just holding them and using them here, and just really showing people what it is to go closed cycle, meaning that it's never left the custody of like the rancher that raised it. I went and cut it, now I'm storing it, and now it's here. And that's something that's really hard to find. During the week, professionally, I work at Radius Butcher on 7th Street that used to be Salt and Thyme, which we do. We carry a lot of grass-fed beef, all kinds of beef tallow and everything like that. And that's kind of what I do. I just kind of work within communities and regenerative beef, and I just feel like that's just kind of my calling in life, and I've just kind of followed it and really applied that to the food that we make. And so I think that's just something that's very different than calling Panera or some generic barbecue restaurant, because just to be honest, if you were to look at barbecue, most of it is just factory beef because of the sheer numbers, and steakhouses as well. Because of how much ribeyes you order, it's only 1% of the animal, and those feed the factory and feed the problem. And that's why we do events like this, kind of smaller things, because it's traceable, we can talk about it, and I think you can really taste it. And you're a little energetic at the end. You know, I really believe that your body is a battery, and it's all what you put into it, and then that's what's gonna come out of it. And again, I feel like that's how you build community, is by just bringing the right medicine back. So like going out, finding it, and bringing it back, and that's just kind of the purpose of us doing these events, and I'm just glad you guys came tonight. And hopefully we get this going every 3 weeks. Yeah, and we'll just kind of get growing it, you know. I just really appreciate seeing everyone, you know. I've seen a lot of people in other states, other countries, and you know, we're all here, and that's what I say, it's intersecting lines that just meet up again. But it's important to do these things because they go into bigger things. And I'm a testament, just working with Bitcoin groups all over the US, that is very true. And I'm just excited to see what we do in the future. And just thank all you guys for coming tonight.
All right, guys, there's beer, food left. Enjoy yourselves and have a good night.
Yeah, I mean, I was never here to like live exactly. I think I do. Yeah, I'm good. I got a lot of